Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 11 of the Purple and Gold Hoops podcast. As always, it's Adam.
This is Kevin.
Coming to you with all the Laker news. We don't really have a lot to talk about this week. I'm going to start by saying that Kevin and I both got our predictions wrong last week, as we both said they would go 3-0 against the Cavs, Magic, and Rockets, But they ended up going 2-1, and if you would have asked me, I thought the loss was going to be against the Rockets. Nope. We lost to the Magic, and I believe it was the first time all year that we had lost to a team below 500. But we'll dive into everything, and hopefully you guys enjoy. So we're going to start with the Cavs win in the game against the Cavs. The first half, it was a close, competitive game. I believe the Lakers were up 5 or 6 points. Maybe it was even lower than that at halftime, and come out for the second half, they completely blew the Cavs out and ended up winning by almost 30 points, 128-99. So it was nice to get that win, but I've been harping on this all year, the slow starts, and once they come out after halftime, they seem to have made their right adjustments and stepped up the intensity and everything like that, but I didn't like the start for the first half.
Yeah. They started off slow, but I mean, it's the Cavs.
It's the Cavs. I don't want to hear it. They had Tristan Thompson guarding LeBron.
Okay. So here's where things changed. Tristan Thompson is guarding LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm.
He scores on LeBron. He taunts LeBron.
Uh-huh.
I feel like the game changed after that. Did you see that play?
I saw it.
Okay, I was like, yeah, okay. Now you're gonna get him started.
I still feel like LeBron should have came out with that mentality in the first place. Like, you can't, and this is my biggest issue with LeBron. You can't pick and choose your spots so much. I realize you're great. I realize you're, in a lot of younger fans' eyes, the best player of all time. That's not necessarily how I see it, but I do recognize LeBron as a top 3 to top 5 player of all time.
But he's not an offensive killer.
But you can't, even if you're not a killer, you can't be picking and choosing so much. And I had a big problem with him doing that in the Orlando game as well. And then coming out against Houston, he was very aggressive.
I agree with you on the Orlando game. I was...
Well, I mean, we'll talk about that when we get there after the Cavs win. But my whole point is, in a bigger scope of things, when you look at things from the bigger picture, and you zoom out, he picks and chooses too much. Like, there's one night where he'll come out and he'll be passive and he'll do nothing but look for passes, and he'll have 20 points. Okay, 20 points sounds like, but people don't realize LeBron can get 20 points just rolling out of bed. So, and then there's the next night he'll come out and he'll put up 35, 40.
I would prefer him to score heavily in these next few matches, just because there's no AD. That's 25 points that needs to come from somewhere. So,
Kevin got a Geico commercial coming up.
Jesus Christ.
I was looking around like, what is that? I recognize raccoons, though. There's half a cheesesteak back there. Stop. We digress, though. But, I mean, that's my whole point. Like, I get it that you have to go with the flow of the game and you have to feel the game out. But I don't like how one night you'll come out and you won't be attacking the rim at all. You'll settle for all threes and long twos. And the next night you come out and you're just a monster and you're just banging on everybody. You drop 35 to 40 points. Like, yo, you need to come out with that mentality every night. I'm not upset at you facilitating and passing and trying to get other people involved. But you have to understand at a point, I need to get mine.
He normally comes out passing.
Yeah.
Normally. That's just who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm like, okay, there's no AD. So either you're going to
Which is what I'm saying. He has to have a different mentality. Like,
yeah.
He has to know when to get his and when to set other people up. And I feel like, as high as his basketball IQ is and everything, I don't think he's really doing that. I think he's coming out with the mentality or mindset. And granted, I'm not an NBA player, so I don't know what they think on a day in, day out, and on game day and everything. But I think he has the mentality on his way to the arena that he's like, look, I'm really not feeling it today. I'm going to come out and I'm going to make it look like I'm doing what I need to do because I'm going to stack up these assists, but I'm really not going to be really that aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, but Laker fans are spoiled by Kobe because Kobe would come out and attack and attack and attack, and he would attack you until he like killed your ego.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll break you mentally, physically, emotionally. He'll take your soul from you. Like Kobe is just on another level. Yeah, like soul box. Like when they go to San Antonio to get his But like Kobe is something different. And really, the only other person like that was Jordan. But at the same time, I mean, LeBron is at worst top 3, right?
Top 3, yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. It's different personalities, different personas, different ways that they approach not just the game, but life and everything like that. But at the same time, you have to know, I am a top 3 player of all time. In LeBron's eyes, he thinks he's the greatest of all time. So if that's really what you need to be able to just
take over the game.
Yeah, look, okay, I've messed around enough, and guess what? I'm about to go get mine now, and we're not losing.
Yeah. Well, he didn't take over the game in the first half, but he definitely took over the game in the second half.
He did in the second half.
Yeah, because he ended the game with 31 points, 8 assists, and like 2 rebounds.
2 rebounds.
Yeah.
Without AD. That's inexcusable.
He went 12 for 16 from the field, 33 minutes. That's
1 for 3 from 3.
He's a plus 19 and plus or minus.
Yeah, I'm not upset with LeBron's game against the Cavs at all. I'm upset about the way the team started. The whole team. And unfortunately, it sounds like I'm picking on LeBron or whatever, but he sets that tempo, especially without AD. So the fact that the team came out slow and was letting this, quite frankly, terrible Cleveland Cavaliers team hang around with them in the first half.
Yeah, they're terrible.
To me, that looks like something against LeBron. Like, yo, this is on you right now.
They look like the waste of him. All the players that stuck around that had those big contracts because of LeBron, that's what Cleveland looks like. They look like the waste of him.
I mean, they just recently, we talked about it in a different episode of the podcast, where they traded Jordan Clarkson for Dante Exum. Dante Exum played 20 minutes. Yeah, he had 1 point, 0 for 2 for shooting, and 0 for 1 from 3. So his point was obviously a free throw.
1 point in 20 minutes.
1 point, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in 20 minutes.
Oof.
I mean, it was.
I can't say anything else about him. I really thought he was going to be good. But, we did get a chance to watch Darius Garland.
Yes, I was getting ready to go there. You and I spoke during the game. We were texting back and forth. And I told you how impressed I was with Darius Garland. I know there was rumors back in the summertime that if the Lakers weren't able to get a deal done for AD, that's who they would have taken at 4. Or they had 4 or 3?
I think we had 3. No.
I think it was 4, yeah. 4. So, but anyways, that's who the Lakers would have taken in the draft back in June had they not been able to swing the deal for AD. I heard a lot of things about Garland. We will never know, apparently, because we did get the deal done for AD, which everybody's happy about. But watching Garland, he looked nice. He looked real good. I was very impressed with him. He had 16 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 7 for 13 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3 in 29 minutes. So, I mean, his stats aren't anything that's jumping off the stat sheet, but when I was watching him, just his handle, his control, his ability to change the pace, he's very fast, but he was able to slow down and play, which is very rare for a rookie or any young player within the first 4 to 5 years of their career.
Not to be hurried.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He impressed me. I think he's going to be something great for the next 10 to 15 years or however long he plays. I was also interested to see how he worked with Colin Sexton. And Colin Sexton had the same numbers, basically 16 points, the same 16 points, the same 4 assists, but Colin Sexton had 1 more rebound and 6 additional minutes. And the big story is Garland was a -5, Sexton was a -26.
I didn't like Sexton. I don't. His flow, he just looks like a young man out there.
He looks lost to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had basically identical numbers except for the fact that Sexton had one additional rebound and played 5 extra minutes. And and he was also minus 21 below Garland. So I mean, Garland's plus minus was still minus 5, but Sexton was minus 26.
Yeah.
So I think they honestly might be moving off of Sexton come next year.
Oh, I've heard rumors that they're ready to trade him now.
Yeah, this time next year, I think they might actually do it. Because I don't think they'll do it now because he's still in his second year, so he's only been in the league a year and a half. So I think they might give him one more year just to see.
Mm-hmm.
But I think come this time next year, trade deadline next year, that we might see a trade with Sexton going somewhere else.
I can see him getting
And it
traded.
might be a package with Kevin Love.
Ooh.
Because they're going to have to throw a sweetener in.
Ooh. Because that's a big contract.
Yeah.
Kevin Love's contract's enormous.
Mm-hmm. I think it's 30 plus.
He's 30 plus?
30 plus million, yeah, I believe so.
I need to be in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Problem is, you're about 5'10", 5'11". You're not 6'5", 6'6". That's the same problem I have.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, like...
Yeah, 30.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
He's making 28 this year, 31 next year, 31 the year after that, and 28 the year after that.
Yeah.
That's...
So you average it out, it's about 30 a year.
Yes, this is the first year of that new contract.
Yeah.
So if you want to move him...
It's a lot of dead money.
You better put a lot of sweeteners.
Yeah.
You might have to spend...
You might have to give me Sexton and 2 first.
to get rid of that contract?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because wherever he goes, it's going to be to a bad team. Because a contender isn't taking that.
Mm.
And then I'm going to have to deal with the same problems that you're dealing with now. But I have to do it willingly. So, I mean, you better throw in a lot. So I really think that might be a package deal in about a year. Yeah, let's go over the rest of the Lakers box score. Kuzma had 11. As we said, Braun had 31. He was plus 19.
I need Kuzma to step up. I really need Kuzma to step up.
Take it away. Let me know.
I mean, there's no AD.
Uh-huh.
LeBron, he put up 31 and 8. He's being a little passive in the first half, but Kuzma's getting the second most minutes, along with KCP. And I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like KCP is stepping up way more than Kuzma.
I mean, you know how I feel about KCP. As long as he's shooting jumpers and not going to the
No. Lately, he has been tearing it up. He's been heading to the rim. He's been making all of his layups. He's been knocking down shots.
No. Kevin, I'm about to send you some highlights.
And he's one along with Avery Bradley. He is one of our best perimeter defenders, especially coming around screens. I don't know how or why, but every time he's defensively going around a screen, he always falls on the ground and gets the call. And most of the time, I know he's BSing me. I'm like, that's a clean screen. And he still gets it.
I mean, I'm not hating on KCP. I wasn't really big on that at the beginning of the year anyways. Like, I gave what I thought was proper, what's the opposite of credit? Discredit?
Criticism?
Yeah, criticism. There we go. I gave him the proper criticism early in the year that I felt I was never on the whole, let's get rid of him, let's trade him, he has to go type. My whole thing since day one has been, as long as he's shooting, I'm good with it. I trust his shot. I trust his defense. I trust everything he does on the floor except him attacking the rim. That's the one thing I don't ever want to see KCP do. I don't care if he gets the ball on a fast break and it's take this dunk or what. You better go attack the rim and swing that out to the corner and get an open three. I don't care if you pull it back out. Just don't attack the rim, KCP. That's the only thing I don't want to see you do. I like everything else you're doing right now on the floor. Just don't do that. Don't attack. Because in these last few games, there's been a couple where he's missed layups and dunks.
So, from my perspective, the last, I'd say 10, 15 games, He's been tearing it up.
Yeah.
It feels like he's taking Kyle Kuzma's spot.
Mm-hmm. He's shooting a high percentage.
Mm-hmm.
I have confidence in him, whether it's pulling up for three, whether it's coming off the pick and taking the mid range.
Mm-hmm.
I have confidence in his defense. I have confidence in his energy, his effort. No issues. My only issue that it's not even really an issue at this point, is I just don't want to see him attack the rim. And that's really it. If you're attacking the rim, you better be passing it out for an open three. I don't want you shooting when you attack the rim because you've shown me that you can't do it, which is fine. I can't expect you to do everything. I'll take one negative, one blemish, and you're doing 3, 4, 5 other things great. I'll take it.
Look, I'm with you, KCP. I am here with you. You've been doing well lately. Keep it going.
Shout out to
Don't let the haters.
Oh. let me put this back in front of you. You saw it earlier. Let me put. I'm gonna put that there. I'm not a hater, okay? I know you guys can't see this. I got this little wooden football that has a University of Georgia helmet on it, and says Georgia on the bottom. Has a little nice bulldog right here. I like the Bulldogs. I like KCP because he went there. I'm not hating, okay? You were the one talking earlier. Yeah, he needs to go. We need to trade him. He's making $8 million a year. What are we doing? We could.
Yeah, he was playing terrible, but he's picked it up.
I just don't want him attacking the rim. And why am I wrong for saying this?
And he seems like a better fit than Kuzma because
defensively,
even offensively, spreading the floor. Most of all, I think I really hate when Kyle Kuzma tries to dribble his way out of any pressure.
I'm telling you, the ball sticks. The ball sticks, man.
No,
the ball sticks.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, but it's not because the ball sticks to him. It's because his dribble is just not.
Tell me the last time Kuzma had more than 4 or 5 assists in the game.
He never has any. He doesn't pass the ball. Well, okay. He passes the ball.
Hold on. Your first initial reaction, he doesn't pass the ball.
Look, he passes the ball, but every time he passes the ball, it's to someone who's like already covered. He doesn't pass it to. He doesn't get guys open. Let's put it that way. He's not a very imaginative passer.
Okay. Do you know why every time he passes the ball is to somebody that's covered?
Because he's got nowhere else to go.
No. Okay, Kevin.
No, I'm saying, look, I saw it tonight, right? He's dribbling the ball. He's stuck. He has nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. So he kicks it over to, I think it was KCP. And KCP, the guy defending KCP is only like 5 feet away from him. So, of course, he closes out.
As soon as KCP catches the ball, he's right there in his
yeah. So KCP's like, I'm not going to shoot this. He's either going to block my shot or it's going to be like a terrible shot.
Yeah.
So he kicks it out to someone else.
Okay, so do you know why? My theory behind it is why Kuzma always passes to somebody who's closely guarded.
Why?
He's going to pass the ball, right? Do this closely guarded. Now Kuzma feels like, okay, I don't have the ball, so I can get a little separation. So now he's trying to rush over to the dude he just passed. Look, you're guarded. Pass it back.
No.
Bro, the ball sticks.
No,
the ball sticks with Kuzma.
And I'll tell you why. I don't believe he did that on purpose because he kicked it out to the other side of the court. There was no way he was going to get the ball back.
And what direction was he already running, though?
He was running.
So if I kick a baseline to you in a corner and I'm already heading to that same corner.
He was in the middle of the court. At this point, he's at the free throw line. Mm-hmm. If you get the ball back, you're in the teeth of the defense. That wouldn't help your cause.
Unless you go towards the player that you just passed the ball to.
He didn't.
I don't know. It's a theory. I haven't seen it. I
just don't think he's I don't want to say he's not a very good passer because he doesn't make his turnovers typically don't turn into turnovers, but he doesn't pass the ball in a way where he creates a shot for someone else. He's not a shot creator. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I mean, I feel like Kuzma, like I said, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago on this very podcast, is Kuzma is Carmelo Anthony light. He's a poor man's Melo.
I think Kuzma would really benefit. I hope this doesn't happen, but I think he could really benefit
On a different team.
On a different team with more minutes. Yeah.
Where he has more freedom to kind of learn and explore his game. Yeah.
Because right now he's on a team that has to win now, and this is something that earlier in the season there was an article by David Griffin, which is the previous general manager of the Cleveland Cavaliers and now the current general manager of the New Orleans Pelicans. And he said, I hated being general manager of LeBron because you're always in this win now mode. He's like, I never got a chance to really build a team. And he said it drove me nuts. It made me not want to like basketball anymore. And I mean, that's one of the flaws of playing with LeBron. You're always going to be in win now mode. So Kuzma, instead of Kuzma like developing his game and becoming a better player, he was just, he's stuck.
I mean, I don't think he's a good fit. I thought he would be at the beginning of the season. I mean, everybody knew that the third wheel on LeBron teams is usually the odd man out, and it's very hard to adjust. And
Kevin
even
Love.
After Chris Bosh, even after they do adjust, their numbers are never quite what they were.
Mm-hmm.
They always get a brunt of the blame.
Always.
But yeah,
and I thought Chris Bosh was a very, very good fit for what they did.
Yeah, but it was originally supposed to be Melo.
I know.
It was supposed to be LeBron,
I think Melo signed the contract
and Melo.
early, right?
Yeah, he signed. Instead of declining the extension mid-season, Melo took that 5-year extension, and Braun and Wade were telling him like, "Yo, wait, don't take the 5, sign a 3 coming this summer, and then in 2010 we're gonna." Melo's like, this was in 2007. Melo's like, nah, I need that money. Yeah,
money talks. I don't know why he needed that money. He was in Denver at the time, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you're not living on Rodeo Drive, bro.
I mean, Denver's nice. I like Denver.
But it's not as expensive. Like,
I get what you're saying. I get the point. Like, cost of living, way easier. I recognize this even from just being in the Army. Like,
so you telling me I just gotta wait and I get to go to Miami?
Bro, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I went to Denver over the summer. So gas in the summertime in LA is usually about $4 to $5, right? Yeah. In hard times, it's closer to 5. In good times with the economy, it's lower to 4. I went to Denver this summer. Gas was $2.35 in the summer.
Yeah.
When it's most expensive. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, oh my God. I asked my boy, what do you pay in rent? $700. You got 3 bedrooms? Yeah, I got 3 bedrooms. You pay $700? It's so different. Yeah. And so
again, you're telling me I just gotta wait 3 years and I'm off to Miami.
I mean, at the same time, you can't really fault him because what if he got injured? What if he blew his Achilles out in the series? I mean, we know in hindsight he didn't. He never had any significant injury or anything like that. He actually forced a trade to New York and whatever. But at the same time, it's like, yo, what, like, anything can happen, you know? But moving on from Kuz, I feel like we gave that enough time. I really want to talk about this game. Dwight Howard off the bench. 21 and 15.
Yes.
Shooting 9 for 11.
Yes.
He made a 3.
Get him.
And he played 25 minutes, and let me get his plus minus for you guys real quick. He was a plus 11, yeah.
Dwight Howard has just been, I think we talked about it last podcast. He has been so aggressive. He's been so involved. When he's on the bench, he's standing up and he's watching the game. He's excited. When he's in the game, I'd say if I had any criticism about Dwight Howard, is that he fouls too much. But at the same time, he's supposed to be a shot blocker on this team. So you're naturally going to get in foul trouble. But he's doing everything.
He wasn't even in foul trouble in that game. He only had 2 fouls. I mean, I get what you're saying, the foul trouble, because you're constantly chasing.
Yeah.
The defense is funneled to you.
And Anthony Davis has been out, so you're playing more minutes.
Yeah, so naturally, I mean, that's a downfall of it. But he only had 2 fouls in that game. Like I said, 21 and 15. And 5 of those 15 rebounds were offensive. So you have 5 offensive rebounds.
Yeah. And I think part of it is that Tristan Thompson was getting on his nerves because he kept looking at him like, oh my god. He was just giving that look like, oh my god.
How much? Also, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get over this cough. Good news, people. I'm feeling much better though. Not that you guys care. But how much of it is that Tristan Thompson was on the perimeter guarding LeBron, and that freed a lot of the rebounding.
Okay, so
for Dwight,
Tristan Thompson, God bless your soul. You know, I love the effort, and it seemed like in the beginning of the game he was barking at everybody. Mm-hmm. You do this, you do that. Weren't you here? And
I think he feels like the
leader.
Yeah,
he's not the leader. Well, he shouldn't be the leader of the team because I don't feel like his role.
He has championship pedigree. He's a vet. And Kevin Love hasn't been respected since he's been in Minnesota.
You can say that, but I would respect.
We've seen what Kevin Love as a leader looks like, and that was Minnesota when he missed playoffs for the first 6 or 7 years of his career.
So you're telling me you respect Tristan Thompson more than Kevin Love?
I think Tristan Thompson has a better resume as far as team success. Is Tristan Thompson obviously personal success when Kevin Love was putting up 20 and 15 for entire years. Personal success, it goes to Kevin Love. But as far as team success, they both have the same amount of championships. Mm-hmm. Kevin Love had nothing before he got to Cleveland. Tristan basically started his career out on a perennial playoff team. I think when it comes to team success,
there's a reason Kevin Love got 120, and there's a reason why Tristan Thompson got 80. But
because Kevin Love can stretch the floor.
Yes, exactly. He can do more.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. As far as personal success, it has to be Kevin Love.
So Tristan Thompson's like barking out orders, and he doesn't seem like it. They're not friendly orders. Mm-hmm. He's like barking like he's angry at his own team. So then finally he's like, all right, I'm going to go out and guard LeBron on the perimeter.
Well, he asked to guard LeBron.
It was like, what are you doing, bro?
He asked to guard LeBron, and his reaning and his explanation, because he felt like throughout practice, all those years that they were teammates, he was all, and LeBron acknowledges too, it was always Tristan Thompson going at him.
Okay.
To guard him. And they had battles in practice. Obviously, none of us ever saw that.
Nope.
But they had battles, and LeBron, I'm sure it was kind of like nonchalant to LeBron, but LeBron did acknowledge it. Like, he wasn't necessarily giving him credit, but he wasn't saying, like, well, he's wrong for that. Might be the Clutch Sports tattoo.
Did he give him this one? He's a competitor.
LeBron gives that to everybody, man.
You know what that means? It's like,
LeBron gave that to Kobe. LeBron gave that to Kobe. Come on now. And we all know Kobe was better than LeBron. Sorry for those that are on the LeBron bandwagon.
Anyways, LeBron, he took advantage of him. I mean, first of all, I grew up playing as a guard. Mm-hmm. And I know, from my perspective, if a big man comes out to the perimeter,
I'm cooking him.
Oh,
yeah, you're in my area. Yes. Just like when I go down and try to guard you on the post and try to you're making me look like a baby.
Exactly. I started looking at them like, what are you doing out here? Are you lost?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with you?
Air is too thin. You can't breathe up here, bro. Like, go back where you belong.
Yes. And that's exactly what it looked like when he was going up against LeBron. I was like, what are you? Oh, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
I mean, he has the physical stature to do it.
He doesn't have the mobility.
That's where it comes in. But apparently, I guess he thought he gave LeBron a lot of trouble in practice all them years.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure he went easy on him in practice because he was like, "Hey, we're teammates. I'm not gonna burn you like
You're
that.
Signed to my agency, quote unquote. Don't say it's mine though. Don't tell me it's my agency. It's Rich Paul, but you know who worked everything. You got anything else about the Cavs?
No.
All right, let's move on to the Magic. This is what I've been waiting on. Ooh, people. I was here live, and let me tell you. Hold on, let me set the scene real quick. I'm sitting there, I'm up in my seat. In the 300s, nosebleeds.
So you went to the game.
Uh-huh.
I told you not to go to the game.
Hey. I'm up in my seat, nosebleeds, just living my fair lifestyle that I do, chilling, watching the game. And I feel my phone go off. So I look at my phone and I pull it out. And it's yours truly, Kevin, sent me a text message. And I actually got 2 text messages, like instantaneously of one another from Kevin. And it was Kevin sending me a GIF or GIF. What is it, GIF or GIF?
Whatever.
Yeah, however you want to pronounce it. Of this guy just pointing towards the door and shaking his head. Nope. And then the text under it, get the F out of Staples Center. You're bad luck. I'm like, whoa. Hold on. I know we were down 15-20 at that point.
Oh.
I don't know where to start with this. I'm going to start with this in the game, though. I'm going to just choose this. It's not chronological order. I'm sorry if you get confused, but this is what stood out the most to me. About halfway through the second quarter, Fultz got the ball. Kevin is real high on Markelle Fultz. I'm sure he's going to want to talk a little bit about that in a bit. But Markelle Fultz gets the ball. The Magic are running in transition. LeBron is one of the only players back. I believe there might have been somebody else. I don't really remember who it is. Markelle Fultz has the ball. He's going downhill. He lowers the shoulder, puts it right into LeBron's chest, and LeBron flies back 5 or 6 feet, and Fultz gets a layup. Bro, how LeBron is 6'9", 6'10", 260, 265 somewhere. Fultz is 6'3".
I think he's 6'5". He's a taller point guard.
Okay. But there should be no way that Fultz is absolutely bullying LeBron. Just literally, Fultz looked like a wrecking ball.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron was the building, and Fultz put his shoulder into LeBron's chest, and LeBron absolutely out of the play.
You're right, he's 6'3". But he did bully ball him.
Yeah, and that was the biggest play, and I believe I even probably texted you about it. How did he really just bully LeBron? I saw that from up in the 300s. How did that look on TV?
It looked bad.
Because I'm sure if I saw it on TV,
was talking about it.
Yeah, I'm sure if I saw it on TV, I would have been going off. I would have been livid. It looked very bad to me, all the way up at the 300s.
Yeah. I told you, old man LeBron makes a sighting every 10 games.
And that's another thing.
Every 10 games, old man LeBron.
I almost called you LeBron. Kevin sent me another meme. I'm sitting there, minding my own business again, just watching the game. And I feel my phone go off, so I look at my phone. And it's another meme from Kevin. And I don't know who it was, but it's this white man. And you just see his face start to age instantly, and his hair goes gray and everything. And the caption below it that he sent was, "Old man LeBron strikes again." I know the play that he was referencing. I saw LeBron. He had the ball at about the wing on the right side of the court. He dribbled with his right hand. He went baseline. He went up for a dunk. Where I was sitting live, I didn't really see it. Obviously, the cameras are better on TV. It's a great view in Staples Center, nothing against them, but I didn't really see everything happen. It looked to me live in the arena from where I was at that somebody got a piece of the ball, and that's why he missed the dunk. I got home and saw the highlight later that night, and he literally just did not get there. He got hung.
He just missed it.
So after I saw that, I understood why you were saying, "Oh man," because I kind of just LOL'd you and didn't really get what you were getting at. But when I saw the highlight of it, I'm like, oh, that was bad. I didn't like a lot of the game. I've been telling Kevin this ever since Wednesday, probably for about the last couple of days. In person, once they started off slow, they were down 20 in the first half. They came back. They were only down 5 or 6 at halftime. They went back down 20 again. They came back. It was a close game down the stretch. To me, the eyeball test, every time that they start to play with more pace and they started to push the tempo and run fast break, that's when they made their runs. And they would get back into it. It's up 2, down 2, whatever. And they would stop. and they will go back down 20, and they will push the pace again, and then it's up 2, down 2, and then come the fourth quarter, it was close. But I would still see possessions where they wanted to get out and run. When they did that, they got buckets. The problem was coming down the stretch for the last about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I was literally up there yelling, yo, get a stop. Just get a stop. Like, we only need one stop. Get me a stop. It's a tie game right now. Get me a stop. Let's get this ball back. We're going to get a bucket because they can't guard us right now. And then we'll go from there. Now we're working with, it's only a 2-point lead, 3-point lead, whatever, but we'll be working with the lead. They couldn't get a stop for like the last 3 minutes. The last possession, last minute of the game. Get a stop. Just get a stop. They got bailed out by KCP hitting a 3 to tie the game. They go down the floor, and I'm yelling again, get a stop. Get me one stop. One stop. Literally, that's all we need. One stop. We'll have the ball with the shot clock turned off. We got the game.
Mm-hmm.
What do? They foul. They another time, get a stop. They allow a lob to Aaron Gordon.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like that one. That one stung. That one really stung. Because I don't really like Aaron Gordon at all.
I get it. He can leap out the gym.
Yeah,
he can jump over anybody. But it's the point. Get a fuck. I'm sorry. Excuse my mouth. Get a stop, man. Get a stop.
Yeah. He can jump out of the gym, but as a basketball player, it just seems like he's limited. Because in the second half, Aaron Gordon was leading their offense from the point. I don't know why he was leading their offense.
He was running like a point forward.
Yeah. And the lead was just dwindling. Mm-hmm. And at that point in time...
That's when the Lakers were pushing the tempo.
Exactly.
They were getting a lot of missed shots, a lot of long rebounds. They were pushing the tempo. That's when they started to get back in the game.
Markelle Fultz was on the bench. Mm-hmm. And you can tell their offense worked very effectively when he was running the point rather than anyone else. So, what I learned from that game is that Anthony Davis is the most important piece to this team. And I know everyone wants to say that LeBron James is the MVP, but this team is centered around defense and protecting the paint. And what you notice is that since he's been out, JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard have been covering for him. They've been
doing good, but it's not enough.
Dwight Howard does an extremely amazing job, but he gets in foul trouble. And JaVale McGee, he's like, I swear to Bob, that boy has some mental lapses where he
had those in Denver and Washington.
Everywhere he goes, he's got mental lapses where you see him make like block shots, and you're like, wow, how did he get to that? He has so much athleticism. Or sometimes he would just use his long arms to dunk on someone, and you're like, oh my God, he's like Stretch Armstrong over here. Mm-hmm. And then there's other times where it's a basic play, and he just sits there and he's just like looking at it like,
what do I do?
I don't know where he's at, but I'm like, you are not effective at all.
Yeah.
So between Dwight Howard getting in foul trouble and JaVale McGee doing nothing at all, you have this team just getting to the rim every single time, and there's no Anthony Davis that's going to come save us because he's butthurt.
Yeah, I coined that term. Thank you for using it. I'm gonna charge you 5 cents next time you say it. Trademarked.
Aaron Gordon had a shopping spree on the Lakers. Mm-hmm. He had 21 points, and I'm sorry, I just don't think he's that good.
I don't either. I respect his athleticism and his ability to jump through the roof and everything. Let's get back to the Lakers side of it because there was a lot of good that I wanted to talk about the Lakers. I know I'm very upset about the game. It was, let me give you the recap. 119 to 118. Lakers obviously lost.
Wasn't even that close. We shot a 3 with, 2 seconds left to pull it within 1. Yeah,
LeBron missed. LeBron took it. He missed. They got the rebound. The Magic got the rebound, and it was an instant foul, and there was like a second left. Yeah. That's when I left. Why do I need to stick around, watch you guys shoot free throws? We're going to end the ball and just...
Yeah. So what did we learn? Don't go to the games.
I'm going again. I'm going again this year. They making it up to me. They making it up. They already got to make up. AD got to play next time I go to. So yeah. But there was other good things about the game. Mainly Quinn Cook and Troy Daniels. Quinn Cook 22 points. Troy Daniels 17. Quinn Cook was a plus 17. Troy Daniels was plus 23.
I've been telling you about them. I told you about them last time, and I said they've been balling and they can shoot, and I don't know why they don't get more minutes.
Troy Daniels.
Okay. Outside of the fact that they can't play no D.
Let me, outside of that, everybody look over that small minor thing.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. Troy Daniels in 21 minutes, he shot 6 for 9 from the field, 4 for 5 from 3. Quinn Cook was 25 minutes, he shot 9 for 14 and 4 for 7 from 3. Let me look at the rebounds. Quinn Cook had 4 rebounds. Troy Daniels had 1. Both of them had an assist.
This is the first game my wife noticed Troy Daniels. She was like, "Oh, he's good looking." I was like, Go back over there. We ain't doing
That's not what I want to hear. You can say his game was good.
No, she didn't say nothing about his game. He knocked down like 3 3-pointers in a row.
He cute. Ain't that the most annoying shit ever?
I was like,
that's not what I'm trying to hear right now. I'm not just. We're
losing right now. We're trying to make a comeback, and you're over here talking about this man's facial features.
He got a nice smile. I like his hairline. But yeah, they balled out. They had good games. Even watching in the arena, I was impressed by the way they were shooting. I was honestly kind of upset. I can't remember who was on the floor. I know that one, if not both of them, were on the floor for that last LeBron 3.
They were.
But I was kind of, I can't really say upset, but I was kind of hoping that one of them would get the last shot. Even though I knew it had to go to LeBron, because, he has to, we talked about how Kobe is, and LeBron is now wearing that Lakers jersey, and so he has to appease fans, he has to kind of try to step up and be more Kobe-like.
No, that's not going to happen.
But
this is the game. This is the game that you were referencing when you said, "I wish he would be more aggressive." Sometimes
he had 19 points and 19 assists.
Great.
Yeah,
but
great 19 assists. Great.
Yes, great 19 assists. 19 points. I feel like he could have put up 40 on them.
That's what you are absolutely right. By that, this is the game that I was referencing. Like, yo, you need to be more. Who do they have to stop?
Yes, who is guarding you? Like Aaron Gordon, Iwundu, Vucevic, Birch, Markelle Fultz, Clark, Johnson, Mo Bamba, Terrence Ross.
And this is
no one on this squad is going to guard you.
This is where I wish LeBron had that more Kobe mentality because, look. Kobe back in the day, if he'd have saw that lineup in that roster, he'd have been thinking, who's going to guard me? If we're within 3, we're up 3, down 3, up 5, down 5. If it's a close game, last 2 minutes, y'all better give me the ball, clear out, watch. We ain't losing this. Yeah. LeBron had every opportunity to do that. I love the 19 assists. I tied his career high. I was in awe watching him pass the ball. I'm not upset about that. But I feel like coming down the stretch, he was supposed to take
over the game.
There's no reason why he should have let us lose. We lost by 1 point.
To a team that's 20-21.
To a team under 500. Oh. And not only that, he shot 3 for 5. First loss below a 500 team. To a team below 500. Whew. He shot 3 for 5 from the free throw line. If you just make your free throws,
I'm not going to put the entire
make your free throws
because
if LeBron makes his free throw, bro, no AD, we're getting 17 plus 22. That's 39. We're getting 39 points off 2 guys that ain't never played all year.
Yeah, I know.
That's a plus. Incredible. That's what I'm saying.
They did have a
Make
plus.
your free throws. Make your free throws. That's all. That's literally. If he'd have made all his free throws, it's not that hard to go 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
If Kyle Kuzma doesn't go 2 for 10,
I don't want to hear.
It's like 10 points.
I don't want. No,
my minimum. My minimum 10 points.
Your minimum. He had 4.
Yes, he had 4 points.
He had 4.
And to go against your argument, he had 7 assists.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. You wanted a game where he got more than 4 or 5 assists. There you go. Yes. But no.
So he participated in movement of the ball and
See, I'm not
being
even
productive in other
I'm not
ways,
even
but I'm
blaming
like,
Kuzma. This loss. You see, you want to blame Kuzma. I want to blame LeBron, bro. 1 point loss to a sub 500 team, and if you'd have made those 2 free throws you missed, we would have won.
I'm just saying.
All you just named off the Orlando Magic roster. All he had to do was attack.
But look, you have Kyle Kuzma who's out there, and I put more. If I put it on one player more than the other, I would put it on LeBron. But at the same time, Kyle Kuzma literally scored 1 point every 9 minutes. He was on the floor. You're supposed to be the second leading scorer on the Lakers at this point.
I get that. I'm not saying it's disappointing.
4 points?
I'm not saying it's disappointing, but
That's
LeBron.
2 buckets.
But LeBron, you out here talking publicly about how you're the GOAT. Your championship in 2017, 2016, whatever it was, when you erased the 3-1 deficit and beat the Warriors, you came out publicly and said, in your mind, that's what made you the GOAT. And if you're the GOAT, why you can't drag us to win? Why you can't pull? You lost by 1. It's not like they blew you out. It's not like you didn't have a chance. All you needed to do was be a little bit more aggressive on 2 or 3 possessions.
Well, not turn over the ball.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, when are you going to be aggressive? When are you going to attack? When are you going to say, nah, this is my game to win, and I'm not letting us lose? Because you know what? I grew up watching Kobe, and guess what? He dragged us out of a lot of losses, and he pulled a lot of games out. Okay? So you got on the same uniform now, too, and you can't live up to... You the greatest, so? You supposed to be better than Jordan? You supposed to be better than Kobe? You supposed to be better than Shaq? Come on. I can't respect him until he shows me in a Lakers uniform.
Until he wins the championship, basically.
No, it's not even about that. Like, it's these type of games. Like, you should not lose these type of games. Orlando went to 20-21 after that win. The Lakers were 33-8. Come on, man. You can't. No, you can't do. I don't care if.
But I'm not going to argue that Kobe never lost these games.
Kobe did lose these games,
but he was aggressive when he lost these games.
Mm-hmm.
But he did lose these games.
Kobe went down swinging. LeBron is just like, you know what? I'm gonna take the loss and we're gonna be content. I'm gonna just keep passing the ball.
Yeah, he kept passing the ball. He got 19 assists.
This is what I'm saying, man. Like, come on, you got to do something, LeBron. You got to attack, man.
And think about it this way: you got 19 assists, right? How many?
You had as many assists as you had points.
Yeah, but think about it this way: if you had 19 assists, how many times did you pass the ball and they didn't score? That tells me like he was being very passive.
Exactly.
Because guys don't knock down every shot that you pass.
Exactly. And there's times where you're passing, and then the person you pass to passes to somebody else, and they get the assist.
Exactly.
So I guess like in hockey, that's an assist for the initial passer, but
exactly. I mean, Lakers shot 49.5% from the field and 39.5% from 3. That means he was passing the ball a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
And they were missing it a little more than half the time.
That's what I'm saying. So at a certain point, you have to recognize this
and just be
and recognize who's guarding you and recognize who's on the floor against you and say, yo, I'm going to go to the rim and who's going to stop me?
Yeah. I mean, and I get it when people say, you know, his IQ is really high, but those are the moments where I kind of question the media.
I think he might be too smart for his own good.
Like Peyton Manning?
Kind of, yeah.
Because I'm like...
Because he's so focused on, quote-unquote, making the right play.
Yeah.
That he's not really seeing that the right play is attack the basket and dunk over somebody.
I mean, because if you could just go over those 5 names, Gordon, Iwundu, Vucevic, Birch, and Fultz.
Who guards him?
Nobody. Himself.
Or maybe you don't let Fultz bully you early in the second quarter. I mean,
well, speaking about Fultz, I told you.
Yes, you did.
I said the 76ers, they made a mistake.
You've been calling
it. They got rid of him too early. You never get rid of young players early.
You've been calling it.
And then he goes over there, has a triple-double. Jesus Christ. On our Lakers. 21 points, 10 assists, 11 rebounds. He looked just like the way he did when he was at the University of Washington.
9 for 19 shooting in 33 minutes.
Yes. He didn't shoot a single three-pointer.
Yeah. But hold on, time out. You see his free throw numbers?
Yeah.
3 for 3, right? So the man with a history in his shot, he couldn't shoot free throws a year. He went 100% from the free. But LeBron is missing No, back to my point. That's all I'm saying, bro. Make your free throws, man.
When Fultz came out, along with
he
Jason
couldn't shoot
Tatum,
free throws a year ago. Do you not remember the memes and the double pump?
I remember.
Come on, man.
I remember. But he got on the team where he has less pressure, and you can tell the Orlando Magic, whatever coaching they have, they're all about everyone being involved. Because it kind of seems that way when he was on the court and when he was off the court.
Steve Clifford is their coach, I believe.
Yeah. So this is an opportunity for Markelle Fultz to really show the world what he has. And this is not the first time he had 21 points.
He's not his triple-double either.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
It shows a heck of a time to shine.
I did enjoy watching him.
Yeah.
I did. I'm not going to lie about that. I did enjoy watching him, but...
I think he can be quicker, too, because he looks a little heavy-set. More heavy-set than he was in college.
You think so?
Yeah.
I had fun watching him. I had fun at the game in general, and
so it
was a good night. Yeah. It was a good night, but I was very, very disappointed with LeBron.
How many beers did you have that night?
I pre-gamed before I went. I had, I believe, 2 at the arena just because of how expensive they are. I went to LA Live after that. Bro, it cost me for a Long Island, 2 shots of Fireball, and I think a Jack and Coke was $60. Bro, a shot was $13. I didn't realize it until I just ordered, right? I ordered.
You bought the whole bottle.
Bro, exactly. Like, so the 2 shots, $13 each. It was $20. I could have bought a bottle for $26, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And especially a Fireball. It's not even like that's like high price. Like, what the hell? But I didn't pay attention. I didn't ask the prices. I just ordered. I got the receipt. I saw the total, and it made me stop and start to add up everything. I'm like, damn, $13 a shot? It was, for the Long Island, it was like $18. Bro, yeah, in LA Live, it was like $60 is what I paid. And then I tried to play pool after that. It was $20 an hour to play pool. I had the balls. No,
I would have brought my own pool balls.
Yeah, I had the pool balls for, I think the girl told me when I turned them in, for 23 minutes, and it cost me $13.80. I'm like, I'm better off going to the local pub and just putting some quarters in the table because I only played a game or 2. I'm like, I'm better off just doing what the hell? Yeah, bro, I didn't realize. So I spent like $75 on like 4 drinks and pool. After the game.
After the game.
After the game.
See, that's
the issue with going to.
This is why. Like, I'm surprised you got 2 drinks at Staples Center. Well, I'm a 1 drink maximum guy over there.
I got 2.
They're like $15.
Yeah, well, what I did was, because I was pre-gaming.
I can't get no popcorn.
Yeah, I was pre-gaming because I knew this already, so I was pre-gaming. And when I got in, I was hungry because I had been pre-gaming for a couple hours. So I had a hot dog and some tater tots or whatever. That cost me $15-$20.
Please tell me you took the Metro.
Yes, I did do that. I did do that because I wasn't paying for parking. That was where I did get off easy. But I got the hot dog and the tater tots. That cost me like $15-$20, right? That kind of sobered me up a little. So I'm like, oh, I need a beer. So I had a beer for the first half, and obviously by halftime the beer was done. So now I needed another, so I had to go buy a second beer for the second half. And then after that, I was so upset by the loss. I'm like, nah, I need to go watch this down with some. I went to somewhere in LA Live, ordered a couple drinks to kind of forget about it. Didn't realize what the hell I was doing until I got the tab, and it's like $60 for 4 drinks. So I'm like, yo, like I was expecting to pay like $20, $30, but why am I paying $60?
Messing up.
Yeah, so hopefully next time I go they win, so I don't have to spend the extra $75. I should charge the Lakers, huh? I should send them an email.
Charge it to him. He'll probably pay for it.
You guys owe me $75 for playing like poop. Yeah, moving on though. The next game is the Lakers Rockets. The Lakers did win that game 124-115.
Yes, and coming
which was a great win. That was a good win.
Did you hear about what happened coming into the game?
No, what happened?
So Houston's 1-4 coming into the game.
Okay, I heard about that. Yeah,
they had a team meeting.
Oh, I heard about the team meeting. I don't know exactly what went down though.
I think, and supposedly Russell Westbrook hosted the team meeting.
Mm-hmm. I guess he was the only one that talked as well.
I mean, I don't understand that. I'm like, all right, this is James Harden's team, and I'm not saying James Harden's not capable of it, but
I think part of it is that James feels like Russ hasn't really been himself. So James kind of wants to...
Well, yeah. I mean, if you pass the ball to someone and not participate when he has the ball...
Yeah, so I think James... And they've been childhood friends growing up in L.A. together their whole lives, basically. But I think James is kind of like taking a step back and wants to give Russ more freedom to be himself and be more of a leader. Mm. Because I don't think Russ is fully comfortable with the dynamic of the team yet.
Oh, no. That dynamic is terrible. It's like... just from looking at the outside in, the Houston Rockets feel like a divorced couple. A divorced couple where they got the piece of chalk.
Trying to work together for the kids.
They get the piece of chalk, they put it down in the middle of the house. They're like, you stay on your side of the house, and I stay on my side of the house. And
we're only together, quote unquote, for the kids.
Because that's how it went down in the game. I was like, Russell Westbrook touched the ball, James Harden wasn't even involved. James Harden touched the ball, Russell Westbrook was just...
The ball is the kids. You got the kids right now. It's my time off.
You take it to the park.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
I don't remember a single time where they actually worked together on a single play throughout the entire game.
Yeah, that was the issue that a lot of people saw, but for some reason a lot of people were also mesmerized by, they worked in OKC, but people forget Harden wasn't Harden at the time. And Russ was not really Russ.
But Harden was also coming off the bench.
Yeah.
So
it was the 6 man.
There was no dynamic. I don't understand where they came from.
Mm-hmm. So back to the Lakers. They beat the Rockets 124-115 on the road. That was a big win. First time they played the Rockets all year. Kuzma had 23. Braun had 31. So this is what I'm talking about, man.
This is the game you expect from him.
Yeah, he went from 19 to 31. And it's like, you still had 12 assists.
Hey.
You couldn't do that at Staples, though. I'm not about to digress back to it, but Danny Green also stepped up big. He had 20 points, 7 for 15 from the field, 4 for 9 from 3. And KCP also had 20 points, 7 for 14 from the field. He only shot 1 for 4 from 3, though. But, I mean, you're getting KCP contributing 20 points off the bench. I'll take that gladly.
Yeah. Plus, Kuzma had 23.
Yeah.
Shot 3 from 8.
I said that.
Oh, you did?
I went over the points, not the shooting, so.
Oh, okay. So you got the 20, 20, and 23.
Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful.
4 of them had 20 plus. 4 players had 20 plus.
I don't think we had that all season.
Not that I could recall off the top
Not like
of my
20, 20, 20, 20. No. 20, 20,
They all had 20 plus. It was only a 9-point win, but it wasn't even that close. It didn't look that close to the eye test anyway.
Well, we started off losing that game.
Yeah. And they were down 6 at halftime, and they were lucky to be down. I believe James Harden shot like 8 free throws in the first half alone. But they were up. Russ had 35. Harden had 34. House Jr. had 10, and Gordon had 13. Nobody else in double figures.
Check this out. Kyle Kuzma, LeBron James in the first quarter, 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Green, first quarter, 7 points. I was like, oh, this is we're gonna get blown out.
Yeah. They were down. It was sloppy in the first quarter, and this way is contradictory to the way it's been all year. They came out slow in the first quarter,
which is different from it's been in the past because I'd say the last 2 months the Lakers have been coming out fast.
Yeah, they were down 6 at halftime. They ended up doing a lot of damage in the second half. I believe the score at halftime was like 56-62 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but they were able to withstand 35 from Harden, or 35 from Westbrook and 35 from Harden. Harden didn't shoot very well from three. He was only 2 for 9, but
he was complaining a lot.
Yeah, I think he had 8 or 10 free throws in the first half. I don't know off the top of my head, but
he shot
18 free throws total. Yeah,
and he was still complaining.
Yeah,
I'm like 18. I'm pretty sure you deserve half of those.
Mm-hmm. Both of them had 7 assists as far as Westbrook and Harden. Russ had 9 rebounds. Harden had 6, and both of them were in the minus. So, I mean, you and I both called 3-0 last week. Like I said to open the show, we were wrong. We went 2-1, but if you'd have told me 2-1, I'd have thought the loss was against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have pegged the loss to be against Orlando at home.
Yeah.
Despite Orlando playing us very closely in Orlando, but I thought coming home it was going to be a completely different story.
Mm-hmm.
And Orlando got the win, but we made up for that bad loss with a great win
against Houston.
Yeah, a couple nights later on the road.
Yeah, I feel like to me the biggest problem with this game wasn't even the players; it was the referees. I can't stand when referees lose control of the game,
mm-hmm.
and they completely lost control of the game. So you have, I think it's Tony Zarba, Zach Zarba and Tony Brown were refereeing the game. And it just felt like it got out of control because they started calling everything on everybody. Like everybody got a foul for the next 4 or 5 possessions.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stand it. It's one of my irks when I'm watching basketball. When referees like lose control of the game to the point where they trying to regain control by just calling random fouls.
Yeah, just making calls to blow the whistle and stop the pace. And
mm-hmm.
I mean, I was impressed with the win. I was very happy with it, especially coming off the Orlando loss. Especially seeing 35 and 34 from Harden and Russ. That's 69 points just between the two of them.
Mm-hmm. I'll give this win to Frank Vogel, though.
Yeah.
I really believe this win was because of that. A defense that I haven't seen the Lakers play all year.
Right.
They're sort of blitzing James Harden. James Harden was set up. He's always set up at the top of the key, and he thinks about it for a little bit. He tries to read the defense, and then he makes his move. And right when he was about to make his move, whichever player was either to the left or to the right of him, they would come and double him and make him, get the ball out of his hands.
Right.
And I don't understand why teams don't do that more often with star players when they know they can score, especially in the fourth quarter. But we did it the entire game, and we did it at random. It never seemed like it happened all the time. It was pretty random, and he'd push it out and kick it out to someone else, and it would just they missed a shot.
My issue with it would be is if obviously I have the initial defender playing you straight up.
Mm-hmm.
If I send a second one, I'm now worried that you're going to find a back cut, and that's going to be an easy dunk.
Not James.
Because he can still pass. He racks up some assists. He's not the best passer. A lot of it is just because he's going into the lane
mm-hmm.
and pulling 3 or 4 players to him.
Yeah.
But my issue with James would be is, okay, if I send a second defender, even if I'm sending him from the wing,
mm-hmm.
now I have to have the big rotate up to the wing because Houston is just going to want to pop a 3.
Yeah.
And that leaves the back cut. And if James is actually paying attention and not half asleep with the ball,
mm-hmm.
he's going to find that back cut, and now we're giving up 2 points.
Well, it'd be nice to it would be nice to watch the game all over again to see who he was passing the ball to, because a lot of times that ball ended up in PJ Tucker's hands. He's not bad 3-point shooter, but he's not.
But he's serviceable.
Yeah. And then, second, when's the last time you've seen James Harden actually work without the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Like move without the ball and then expect the ball to come back.
City.
Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. And he has the ball so often that I don't even trust other people to make the right pass on the Houston Rockets. So I felt like it was a brilliant game plan for Frank Vogel to start using this blitzing defense out of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay, it worked one time. And I was like, oh, they're doing it again.
Yeah, I liked it. That, like I said, my only one issue would be that if we do it too consistently,
mm-hmm.
eventually they're gonna, but sporadically, randomly,
Yeah,
how they did it.
The other team I would do it on actually is the Clippers. I would want to get the ball out of Kawhi Leonard's hand, and I'm okay with anyone else on that team shooting it.
Even Paul George?
Even Paul George, because I've seen him in the playoffs.
Okay. All right. So, I don't have nothing else with the Rockets. What about you? Any quick notes you want to go over?
Yes.
What's up?
In the Rockets game, guess who's getting MVP chance?
LeBron.
That's embarrassing. That
Lakers fans travels.
I know.
Lakers fans travel.
I know. And a lot of people from LA have been moving to Texas because it's cheaper, to live out there than it is in California. That's embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, the same thing happens in Atlanta.
Oh,
A lot of LA fans in Atlanta joke too.
I mean, do you recall when Kobe Bryant played? We were playing the Boston Celtics. They only had Paul Pierce at the time, and Kobe went nuts on them. I think he had like 55, 59 points.
I think it was like 05, 06, 04.
And they were giving out those MVP chants to Kobe.
Yeah.
That would kill my soul.
That's blasphemy. If it's a Celtic coming in here, like if James Harden came to Staples and it was MVP, I would feel some type of way with it or about it, but at the same time, he's from LA. Yeah. He's not a Celtic. But it's an excuse. Like, we never gave Paul Pierce MVP chance.
No.
He was a Celtic, and he's from LA. Yeah.
Ever.
Once he put on a Celtic ring, we basically disowned him, yeah. Which I love Paul Pierce as well. He was the truth. I liked him except for 2008 finals and 2010 finals.
You mean when he faked that injury?
When he pooped himself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wish we would have just saw some streak marks on the back of his shorts. Just to kind of verify it.
Yeah. James Harden scored 1 point in the third quarter. That's when they lost the game.
Yeah.
1 point. And that's the same argument I had about Kyle Kuzma that last game. How do you score 1 point? You're not just the second leading scorer. You are the leading scorer of the Houston Rockets.
Right.
Like you can't afford to ever have a 1 point quarter.
MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you get to the free throw line 18 times a game.
18.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll move on to the Rockets. Like I said, 124-115 is a good win. I was very happy with that. Kevin and I were both wrong for the weekly predictions. Hopefully we'll do better next week. Couple things we want to get, or one more thing we want to get into before the weekly predictions is the D-Rose trade speculation. Kevin sent me something today on Twitter that said that the Lakers and the Sixers are two teams seriously engaged in trying to get Derrick Rose, which I wouldn't be upset about because I've been telling you guys since day one, beginning of the season, that we need another playmaker, ball creator, somebody that can create a shot for somebody else, shot creator, somebody that is a threat to score, can run the offense, everything like that. I really don't know who would give up. I don't know what he's making. I think it's fairly close to the minimum. So maybe Kuzma will work, but
I think he's making $8 million.
Derrick Rose making $8 million?
Yeah. 2 years, 16.
Yeah, so they would want Kuzma.
They would want Kuzma.
And then maybe somebody like a Rondo or KCP. But why would KCP go back to Detroit?
No.
He left Detroit to come here because they didn't want to pay him.
That's a tough deal. I would really like Derrick Rose. He's been doing fantastic this year.
I don't think it would be so tough to make the money work because Kuz, that's $2 million right there. You just need like another $4 or $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be tough in the sense to make it work so it makes sense for us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because it still has to make sense for us and make us better to do it. So that's where I would feel that it gets tricky.
I'm for the trade. I'm just not sure if he fits defensively. Because everyone that fits on this team, everybody on this team are two-way players. You have Danny Green, two-way player. KCP, two-way player.
But
LeBron James,
but if you
players.
play him with the bench and you roll him out there with Alex Caruso and KCP next to him.
Oh, he can get buckets.
He
would get buckets.
But now the question is, Does KCP and Alex Caruso provide enough defense to suffice and make up for Derrick Rose's lack of?
I really like Alex Caruso's defense. Oh my god.
So what?
He doesn't like. He plays. To me, I actually think Alex Caruso's probably a better defender than KCP on ball. Maybe not team defense, but on ball. Because every time he's defending someone, they have to kick it out because he stops them in their tracks. I'm like, oh, okay.
So now then the question is, what are you giving up for him? Obviously, Kuz has to go.
Yeah, that's one. Well, and I don't want to give up KCP.
Like I told you a couple weeks ago privately, that KCP has a no trade.
You'd probably end up giving up Quinn Cook.
What does he make? What does he make?
$3 million.
5. You only got to match about 75%, so what's 75% of 8? I think that would be 6. So we have to make like another $1 million to match it.
Wow.
So we would have to get to $6 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to give up.
I'll throw in Jared Dudley.
Slide
that one up right there.
I mean, like I said, you could make the money work if you look at it, but it doesn't make sense.
Think about this way. You get rid of Kyle Kuzma, Jared Dudley, and Quinn Cook. 3 players, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means you have 2 roster spots to play with.
Plus the one that we already have, so we'll have 3.
Yeah. So you're getting rid of 3, you bring in 1 back.
And we already have a roster spot as of now if we don't do anything.
So
we'll have 3 roster spots. So we could theoretically sign in Darren Collison, Iggy, and another buyout. You know, I mean, it gets interesting around this time of the NBA season. I can't wait till the trade line comes and goes and just see what happens across the league, because then after the trade deadline, there's going to be buyout candidates and people who get bought out, and that's the market we're looking at, even if we don't make a trade. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I would love to have D-Rose, but I don't know what I would want to give up for him. Because, like I keep saying, it has to make sense for us to do it, too.
I love Kyle Kuzma. I like the way...
If it was D-Rose for Kyle Kuzma straight up, I would do it.
I love the fact that Kyle Kuzma is really aggressive. But like we were saying before, I feel like he needs to be on a team where he's allowed to flourish and make mistakes and figure out who he is offensively. And that could probably help out with his ball control.
I mean, I think Detroit is trying to rebuild, because I've heard rumors that they're shopping Drummond too.
Yeah.
And I've heard rumors that the Clippers are looking at Drummond. He makes way too much money, and they're not going to be able to re-sign him. But if they got him, now they finally have a body to guard AD.
True. You're like, oh.
And that's the one advantage we have over them, that they can't stop AD. So if they got Drummond, they would present a real problem. If they got Whiteside, they would present a real problem.
There's no way they're getting Drummond.
The money doesn't match. They'd have to give a lot. They'd have to give up Montrezl Harrell and probably Lou Williams and a starter. And probably Pat Bev.
Mm-hmm. How much is Andre Drummond making?
I think 18, 19, 20, somewhere around.
Oh, yeah. You'd have to gut your team.
And he's about to get a max because he's a 15 guy.
So you would trade all those players for nothing?
I wouldn't do it, but if they got that and they found a piece to stop AD,
I'd love for them to do that. Go ahead and gut your team. So you're telling me you gave up all these players for Drummond?
Who's gone in 20 games anyway?
Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
All right, yeah, it's about to get real interesting. Trade deadline is February 6th. I can't wait for it to come and go, just see what happens. We'll move on to the predictions. Hopefully this is about an hour long. I think it's going to be a little bit more. But we'll move into predictions for next week. We'll go with the 3 games they have coming up. We'll go 4. Celtics, Knicks, Nets, and Sixers, because they play the Sixers Saturday at 5:30, so that'll be before we record. I'm going to go with the win against the Celtics. I'm going to go with the win against the Knicks. I'm going to go with the win against the Clippers and the loss against the Sixers. So I got them 3-1.
3-1?
3-1. Do they beat the Celtics or not?
Yes. You got me on the spotlight right now.
That's the whole point. Prediction time, bro. You should knew. How I put you on the spot when you know this is what we do at the end of the week.
I know. You said the. It sounded like you said the Clippers, and I was like, whoa.
Celtics.
I was like, wait.
Celtics, Knicks, Nets, and Sixers. Boston, New York, Brooklyn, and Philly. I got 3-1. I think they win the next 3 and they lose to Philly.
We're going 2-2.
2-2.
2-2. I don't want to do it, but AD is so important.
So where are the losses at? Who do you think is losing and who do you think's winning?
Look at that schedule one more time.
All of them on the road.
Oh, great!
Yeah,
so we're going to beat the Knicks.
Do they beat the Celtics?
We're going to beat the Celtics.
Nets.
And weird. We're going to lose to Philly. Probably lose to the Clippers.
No, bro. You're looking at the wrong thing, man.
Oh, yeah, I am looking at the wrong one.
Boston, New York, Brooklyn, and Philly.
Boston's a win. New York's a win. We don't play the Nets.
Brooklyn.
Nets, that's a win.
And then Philly.
And then Philly, that's a loss.
So you got the same exact thing, 3-1.
Okay, 3-1? Yeah.
Because I said they go 3-1 and they lose against Sixers as well.
Yeah, we're definitely losing against Philly.
Okay.
Because AD.
Yeah, we both on the right page as predictions the last couple weeks. We were wrong last week, though. I didn't have them losing to Orlando, nor did you. I don't think
we played a really tight game the first time we played Orlando.
Yeah, it was close.
I wonder if we would have lost the first time if they
almost did lose the first time. Yeah, they didn't have Fultz, and we had AD.
Yeah, I know.
So they picked up Fultz, and we lost AD. But yeah, I'm not going to dwell on it no more. So there you have it, people. 3-1 for next week. Let's see what happens. As always, this is Adam.
This is Kevin.
Coming to you with the Purple and Gold Hoops podcast. Make sure, please, leave that like and subscribe button if you liked what we talked about, if you liked the content. If not, then don't do it. It's up to you, but we'll greatly appreciate it if you did. And if you love us, then go follow the Purple and Gold Hoops podcast on Twitter. I believe that handle is PGH Podcast 1.
Yes.
On Twitter. I'm still trying to learn how to work Twitter. Kevin needs to teach me, so most of it is him, if any of it is him. But, yeah. Help us out. Let's make this channel grow and expand. And let's hope for that 3-1 week. Everybody have a good night.